Hey, how's it going? We are continuing the series and we covering the next company. That would be GlaxoSmithKline or GSK. Let's take a look at this company and let's see what this company is doing and why they are doing so well, if anything. GSK is multinational pharmaceutical and healthcare company headquartered in London, United Kingdom. It is one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. GSK history dates back into 19th century and has significant presence in the pharmaceutical and healthcare industries. Company is involved in research, development, manufacturing, and marketing of a wide range of pharmaceutical products, including prescribed medicines, vaccines, and other over-the-counter (OTS) healthcare products. Interesting. So it's directly to consumers, right? So perhaps this is that has the negative annotations, but when we talk about medicine, perhaps they're doing it very well. That's what I'm saying. The top companies up there, perhaps they're doing it very well. GSK operates in various therapeutical areas such as respiratory, infection diseases, oncology, vaccines, and more. So some of the products and something that they do. Let's take a look at perhaps history and overall company's performance. Uh, uh, for my own personal expertise, there are very high standards for all the pharmaceuticals, for all the companies up there, compared to other companies up there in the markets, potentially when it comes to even manufacturing on the end of that. But I think what they're doing, very high-end products, right? So that's my personal understanding, as well as those markets are very regulated. So it's very hard to enter, perhaps, as well as they are up there within those markets. Depending on what we're going to compare it against, some of those markets might be less regulated, perhaps in US, based on perhaps what information you would need to disclose compared to European markets. But this company is based in UK, so I'm not entirely sure what kind of laws and regulations might apply for this company. But either way, that's my personal understanding when it comes to perhaps what information you need to disclose, as well as your performance and some of the regulations. Let's take a look at history. Company started in 19th century. GSK history began with a company named Block Court Pharmacy, founded in New Zealand. If that makes more sense. It's a very competitive market here in UK, but either way, this pharmacy ran by Alexander Fleming was the precursor to Glaxo, one of the GSK's predecessor companies. So it got started in New Zealand, as well as it had its core business, and from there it progressed and perhaps acquired different businesses within different regions, and the company was perhaps performing very well. If anything, let's take a look at the business, right? Perhaps they had very strong business model, as well as perhaps customer base, as well as they had a good, perhaps good timing, access to capital resources, and they progressed from there. That's my own understanding. Merger in 2000s that created GlaxoSmithKline was one of the largest mergers in the pharmaceutical industry at the time, bringing together two pharmaceutical giants, Glaxo Wellcome and SmithKline Beckham. This merger formed a company with a broader product portfolio and increased global reach. So instead of competing, two companies decided to merge, right? So, which is great. Which is great. Perhaps they, by doing that, they offer more value to the customers, better prices, better quality, better manufacturing process. The core values often revolves around patient-centric, scientific excellence, integrity, and transparency. The company places a strong emphasis on conducting research and development with the patient's best interest at heart. So it's based on people myself. That seems like a risky. I don't know. I prefer something I don't understand that well. Perhaps they have a lot of understanding, but yeah, so just some of those, some of those who, I don't know, when developing new drugs, perhaps there's a lot of value that can be offered to a lot of different groups of people who are struggling with their health, different habits, and how they're going to overcome those. I don't know. Perhaps supplements or some of those areas I might be interested in. But vitamins, food supplements, right? Like protein, perhaps different omega 3 oils and different supplements, but perhaps that's where our personal would stop. Let's take a look at some of the financial details that I had access to. GSK reported annual revenues of tens of billions of dollars. Depending when you're watching this video and as well as what kind of information I have access to. So we're talking about tens and billions of one of the best top performing companies out there within UK. So we're doing very well. I don't know. So it's a more of the high-end product. So if anything, there's a formula, right? How much per weight you can monetize your product for, right? So in terms of weight, some of those medicine might be very perhaps cheap to manufacture, everything, and overall weight might be very low compared to other products or services that you might be able to offer up there. Weight is very tiny, right? And you can monetize that weight for large sums of money. If anything, this business model, I like it. I like it. I like it. This business model since it's very easy to do. Easy to do in terms of storing costs, shipping costs, all those costs. So the operating costs can be very low. I guess looking from outside in, it can look very simple to do. Tens of billions of dollars with significant portfolio revenue coming from pharmaceutical products. Investment in research and development areas is a key driver of GSK's financial performance, allowing it to bring new drugs and treatments in the market. GSK consistently ranks among the top pharmaceutical companies in R&D investment. So overall, gross revenue, right? So if you're looking at 100% of what your company is currently making, you might be interested in investing about 5%, 10% of all your entire budget, and how you're allocating that budget in the research and development work. So this company is highly focused, so from what I understand, what access I have, I'm not entirely sure what's percentage, but they focus on that, discovering new options out there and how they can potentially help people, right? So by offering a lot of value and perhaps in return, but there might be some what kind of team you have, a lot of things to consider. But either way, let's summarize with that. Let's take a look at market share. In respiratory therapeutical area, GSK is known for its strong market presence with products like, let's do not promote those, but they do have some very strong products out there. However, increased competition in the need for transition to newer respiratory drugs have been challenging, especially with everything what's happening globally, right? So there are companies out there who are looking to solve some of the problems for people. I don't know about price. I don't know nothing. I haven't dealt with any of that myself, as well as in vaccines. GSK is a prominent player with vaccines like, well, let's not promote those, which has been successful in preventing shingles. So they have developed some problem-solving pills, right? Drugs. So they perhaps the company is performing very well overall in terms of world stage and overall performance of the company. The company is doing very well. Beyond financial statements, the GSK successfully reflects on the approval rate of its clinical trials, highlighting its ability to bring innovative treatments to the market. GSK commitment to global public health is evident in efforts to address diseases like malaria, which we can potentially treat as a people. We can, within the number of generations, we can completely remove malaria from out there. So some people are working towards that. It's overall interesting, as well as I don't want this video to be highlighted for some reason. So discussing some of those terrible diseases. But either way, so I cannot say some of the names of them, so my video would be highlighted. So either way, that's but they are working hard. Let's let's summarize that. The company initiatives is improve access to medicines in underrepresented regions contribute to its overall performance. So we are looking to help perhaps all the regions, which is a great thing. Interesting facts about GSK. An interesting fact was involved in development of the first ever malaria vaccine known as RTS, which received positive options from European Medicine Agency, which is great. So, okay, so I have read a lot of information online about some of the people out there, how they're looking to solve this problem for everyone. Entirely remove this problem of the math, right? Some people can do that. So how much control those people have, we can just remove some of those diseases entirely for everyone. Interesting. GSK has been actively involved in partnerships with various organizations to tackle global health challenges, including collaboration with governments and non-profits to for make all the medicine more affordable, as well as vaccines and overall all the products that they are offering. So they're trying to make it more affordable for perhaps people who can afford to pay. So which is great, which is great. I understand this area a little bit, not that much. I have published a book. Name of the book is Project Fitflow. Just to summarize today's video, we're talking about pharmaceuticals. I myself, it's just food supplements. It's the only thing that I have ever used, right? Similar to the protein powder, creatine is similar like vitamins. It's the only thing that I ever use. So that's my personal experience, which perhaps helped a little bit. But overall, if anything, I would highly recommend people to focus on food and what calorie intake you have instead of focusing on food supplements, which is perhaps about additional 5 or 10% of your overall performance, and how much supplements can help you compared to 9% of what food can help you in terms of your performance when it comes to fitness, especially depending on your age and how you're making your decisions. So, and not perhaps watching TikTok videos, right? Other people out there and what they are doing with their bodies. Either way, I'm sharing all the information in this book. You can find it in the description below. If you're interested, highly recommend it to read it to everyone. In conclusion, GlaxoSmithKline, GSK stands for formidable as a formidable force in pharmaceutical and healthcare industry, shaped by a rich history and wavering core values and impressive financial performance. From humble beginnings in New Zealand for pharmacy to the global pharmaceutical giants in it today's as it is today. GSK has constantly demonstrated commitment to innovation, ethical practices, and improved global health, which is a great thing. And hope there would be more companies out there who would perform so well. I'm not entirely sure about how many the number of customers they might have and how some of those pharmaceutical companies would become top 10 companies performing out there. But either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.